Back in May 2025, I made this video where I talked about race predictions from Garmin, Runna and Strava over the 5k, 10k, half and full marathon distances. In that video, I reviewed the predictions and ranked them based on what I thought I could achieve over that specific distance, with the intention to go out and run them all during the rest of the year and see which predictions were closest. So in this video, I'm going to tell you how I got on, running all the distances against the predictions, but perhaps most importantly, tell you about the unintended consequences of doing it. So I'm going to go through this in distance order rather than the order I ran the races in, and I'm going to start with the 5k. Back in May, based on what I felt I could run at the time, I ranked Strava's prediction first, based on a prediction of 20 minutes and 29 seconds. Runna came in second, predicting a 19 minutes and 50 seconds, with Garmin in third with a 19 minutes and 22 second prediction. When I came to race a 5k against the race predictions, it was July. On that day, Strava was now predicting a 20 minutes 27 seconds, Runna a 19 minutes 45 seconds, and Garmin a 19 minutes and 34 second time. I entered a 5k race as part of the Home Pierpont Grand Prix series in Nottingham, UK, which you can see in this video on the channel. On that day, I ran like hell, expecting that the Strava prediction would be the most realistic, as I had ranked in the May video, but I ended up running a 19 minutes and 47 second race, a new PB, massively surprising myself, putting Runna's prediction closest and therefore first, with Garmin in second and Strava in third. So much for my gut-based predictions so far. So moving on to the 10k. Once again, back in May, based on my gut feeling, I ranked Strava first, again, based on a prediction of 43 minutes and 25 seconds, Runna second, based on a prediction of 42 minutes and 10 seconds, and Garmin third, based on a prediction of 41 minutes and 54 seconds. On the 10k race day itself, in June, Strava felt I could achieve a 44 minutes 24, Runna a 43 minutes 40, and Garmin a 42:37, all suggesting I had lost some speed compared to the original May-based predictions. This race actually happened only a week before the 5k I just talked about, at the same location in Nottingham, once again as part of that Grand Prix series. I ended up running a massive new PB of 41 minutes 55 seconds, pretty much obliterating all the on-day predictions, but putting Garmin closest, therefore first, followed by Runna in second, and in last place, Strava, completely flipping my original rankings upside down. Moving on to the half marathon. In the May video, I ranked Strava first, yet again, based on a prediction of 1 hour, 38 minutes and 30 seconds, which was the slowest of the three. Given how close the Runna, a 1:35:39, and Garmin, a 1:35:13, were to each other, I gut rank them both joint second. Being honest, I thought all the predictions over this distance were extremely optimistic, and I only ranked Strava top because it was the slowest out of the three. I had never ran anywhere close to a sub 1 hour 40 across the half marathon before. Race day here was the Hackney Half Marathon. This was the closest race to the making of the original video, taking place in mid-May, so it was actually my first race with the mindset of running against these predictions. On race day, the predictions were pretty much where they were when I made the original race predictions video, so Strava a 1:38:30, Runna a 1:35:39, and Garmin a 1:35:13. I ended up running a 1:38:20, which was a massive half marathon PB of around 7 minutes. This gave the Strava prediction the win here, only 10 seconds away from my actual time, with Runna in second with its optimistic 1:35:39, and Garmin in third with its even more optimistic 1:35:13. On to the final distance, and the most recent one, the marathon. This video took as long as it has to put together because I only ran the final distance, the full marathon, against the race predictions in December at the Valencia Marathon. In my original video from May, I ranked Strava top, again, based on a prediction of 3 hours 55 minutes and 46 seconds, with Garmin in second place with a 3 hour 31 minutes and 43 seconds, and Runner in third place with a prediction of 3 hours 29 minutes and 36 seconds. Just a reminder that these are the times the apps felt I could run at that time. The difference in time predictions here for May is pretty wild. Strava felt the most realistic because at the time I had ran 3 marathons with a PB of 3 hours 56 minutes and 39 seconds. So Garmin and Runner felt like some alternative universe, just a smidge under and over a 3:30 marathon. As I said, the most time had passed between my original May video and the Valencia Marathon itself in December, where the predictions had shifted significantly. Strava was now suggesting a 3 hour 54:52, not a million miles from its May prediction. The other two were now feeling a lot more realistic, with Runner now at 3 hours 49 minutes 59 seconds and Garmin at 3 hours 47 minutes and 17 seconds. My actual target for Valencia was to beat all three and aim for around 3 hours 45 minutes, which was always going to be a huge challenge given some injuries I'd suffered in the second half of 2025, and it would have been about an 11-minute PB had I achieved it. On the day, I ended up with a new marathon PB, not quite what I was targeting, but my 3 hours 56 minutes and 16 seconds put the Strava prediction closest, with Runner in second place and Garmin in third. So now we've got all the real world results, how do things compare with my original predictions? It was actually a much closer contest in real world testing than my original predictions suggested, with only 2 points separating first from third, compared to 6 points from my original gut-based predictions. Runner and Strava swapped places, with Runner coming out first and Strava in second, with my prediction of Garmin being third coming true. Interestingly, each app got at least one win, with Runner and Garmin performing better over the shorter distances, but Strava pulled it back over the half and full marathon distances, taking first in both, saving face a bit based on my original predictions. In my original video, I described this as being just a bit of fun, but I want to talk honestly in retrospect about how this exercise throughout the year has really changed me as a runner. I've raced hard in the past, up against times that I have set myself as goals. Sometimes I've achieved them, sometimes I've fallen short. Occasionally in the past, I've gone into races wanting to perform at my best, but perhaps been held back by a voice in my head that said, that's too fast, or you can't do that, and I've been a little bit conservative with my pacing. The Hackney Half Marathon, the first time in this series where I chased a race prediction, will probably go down as a day where my mindset changed. The great thing about making YouTube videos is that you can revisit you on that day, what you said and how you were feeling. I had set my own target of 1 hour 43, still a personal best, but minutes slower than any of the predictions. Commenters on my original YouTube predictions video had encouraged me to run harder, so I reset my personal target to be 1 hour 40, which would be a huge PB, but I had serious personal doubts I could achieve it, and it was still slower than any of the 3 predictions. As that race unfolded, I was pushing, allowing myself to crash and burn, willing to let the wheels fall off, but they didn't, and I surpassed even my best expectations with a 1 hour 38:20, which beat one of the predictions. My attitude shifted from I don't think I can to maybe I can. When I beat all the predictions in my next race, which was the 10K, my mindset shifted to I actually can. The following week at the 5K race, I dared to believe, despite having not really trained for it, that I could run a sub-20 5K again, having only done so for the first time in my life in March 2025. And I did, taking a further 3 seconds off my personal best, getting a 19 minutes and 47 seconds. However, it hasn't always gone my way. In Valencia last month, coming off the back of my worst running injury and a pretty bad Amsterdam marathon as a B race, my mindset had started to slip back to negative thoughts and lack of belief in myself. Only on the morning of the race, when I jotted down predictions from Strava, Runner and Garmin as prompts for my intro to that video on the walk to the start line, did I decide that I was going to go for it. I set my pace plan on my watch to beat all 3 predictions and go for a 3 hour 45 time, seeking out the paces and remembering my experience in Hackney when I knocked 7 minutes off my previous half marathon best. And ultimately, I fell short. I didn't beat any of the 3 predictions, but I fought like hell for a new PB in the final 2.2k when the wheels had truly fallen off, and I managed to achieve it by a mere 23 seconds, completing a full set of new PBs in 2025. Without my experiences earlier in the year, I don't think I would have had the ability to flip that switch and fight for it. So the race predictions for me became more than just a bit of fun. I believe that they've made me into a better runner with a stronger mindset and belief in myself. I've become more I can than I can't, and I'm excited for what 2026 might bring. If you want to follow my training journey to the London Marathon, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. I'm running for Pancreatic Cancer Action. If you'd like to sponsor me, there is a link in the description and a QR code on screen and also in the end card. Thanks for watching, Happy New Year, and I'll see you next time. See ya.